about the strategies to improve the empathy, I'm going to give you broader level action points. Again, action points means not the philosophy, action point, because these are the strategies. The strategy is what? Strategy is action plan. Simple. There is a goal. What is the goal? Goal is to improve empathy, right? Strategy is how to achieve that goal. So between the goal and your current situation, so there is a path. That path is a strategy. Simple. So what is that path? So that let us talk about that path. The first path, which I have personally experienced. Okay, again, when I give you examples, although I will tell you that this is my personal experience, but I don't give you examples which are only of my personal experience. I make it a point that are these examples of many people experience, right? Are this example a representative? Then only I share, because there can be some very unique experience I have had. So there is no point in I generalizing it and I telling that this unique experience is the strategy. No. If there is a evidence, right, there is a good amount of sample size in the market, then only I am sharing that example. And this is the first point, is explore the world. So they say that who is the wise person? The wise person is the person 12 गावचं पाणी पिलेला, means who has drank the water of 12 villages or the 12 towns, right? So this used to be the words of the wisdom in the older generation. What is the meaning? That when you see the world, you automatically experience different perspectives, different belief system, right? And you become more open. So exploring the world with curiosity. Now, for example, you are exploring the world only for fun. You are not interested in anything, right? So, of course, when person explores the world, he has to be curious. Otherwise, he will not explore the world. So it is obvious, but still, I just want to be very specific here. Explore the world with curiosity is the biggest strategy to enhance your empathy. When you see the world will give you all the lessons. You will see the beauty in diversity. You will see, oh my God, I was thinking this so bad, but in this country, this is so good. And this has happened with me. See, I belong from a very small town, Satara. It's a small town, not that developed, just say 100 kilometers from Pune. So my childhood education happened in Satara, and then from the 6th standard onwards, then I studied in Pune. But still, the major part of my childhood, not the adolescence, but I'm talking about the childhood and my primary education happened in Satara in vernacular language, Marathi language. I have studied in Marathi language. I came to English, the hybrid English, only I think in the 7th or 8th class, when there was a science in English and some languages and all that, like that hybrid pattern used to be there. And the full English I only experienced when I went to engineering, right? So there I had some kind of beliefs, right? So, okay, this is good, this is bad, or this is right, this is wrong. But when I saw the world, when I traveled across the world, I understood, oh my God, what was my belief system and what is the reality, right? I was having some very fancy concept about non-veg, about liquor, and about the various behaviors and the tradition of man, woman, and a variety of the things. Right? In spite of my education of engineering and MBA and all that, because our education doesn't teach us that. Our education is focused on technical knowledge, management knowledge, and all that, functional knowledge. Education doesn't teach you to open up your mind. For that, you have to explore the world with curiosity. There is another technique. Because, for example, someone will say, sir, means not possible for us to travel the world and all that, right? Means right now at this particular stage, we don't have that opportunity. It's possible. Fortunately, my career gave me that opportunity, and practically I have seen half of the world, right? But if that opportunity is not there, then read literary fiction. Fiction I'm talking about, not management books and who am I and Ved and Vedant. Of course, you read it, then it is great. I mean, I'm not saying that it is not important. It is very, very important. But forget about that. Even if you read literary fiction, your empathy and understanding of the human beings, because these are the characters, the way they explain, the way the story is there, the way the plot is there. It is all, see, people cannot read if there is no emotional content. Can you read mathematical books? Can you read long equations? Means if I gift you the book of the, say, mathematic formula and equation, can you read it for even 10 minutes? You can't read, right? So the human beings are wired to sense emotions, right? So literary fiction, because all literary fiction is with the stories, with the emotions, with the characters, with the beliefs, right? With the traditions, with the cultural background, with the plot setting, right? That opens up your mind, provided, again, means I have not put it in the bracket because then it looks too teachy, right? Provided you take a lesson from everything. You don't go by words. It is not the plot. It is not the Othello. It is not the Shakespeare. It is not the Shakespeare's character. It is the lesson from that particular thing. So you have to reflect. Shravan, Manan, Nidhidasan. You have to Manan. Okay, so what this story is telling, right? If you go into that particular kind of thinking and you do not go only for the surface, but you try to go to the depth. Okay, what is the purpose of this story? What is the lesson this story is giving me, right? So the lesson can be do, lesson can be don't, right? So there can be so this is the beauty of the literary fiction. Read it. If you read literary fiction, your empathy quotient will increase for sure. 101% I'm sure. This is all my experience, huh? This is not from any book. This entire slide is my creation. This is not from Coach Study Guide or any book. This is my creation. I am sharing my experience with you. Be aware of your beliefs and biases. Like I already told you, I was having so many beliefs and biases from my cultural background, right? Means from my upbringing, what my parents told me, what I've seen in my family, what I've seen in my friend circle. So my beliefs and biases. But when I see in the world, they all vanish, right? They all vanish. So this point number one takes care of your beliefs and biases as well. And of course, you need to use Zohari window and all that self-awareness, what we have already seen in this particular program. So I'm not going to repeat that. But when you seek the feedback, you also sometimes come to know about your beliefs and biases, which otherwise you are not aware of. Someone else can tell you because you are blind to your that particular thought process. Someone will say, okay, you basically react like this, you talk like this, right? So be aware of your beliefs and biases. And the quality of emotionally intelligent human being is that emotionally intelligent human being do not have any strong belief. I'm very particular when I say something of significance. Strong belief is the underlying word, not the belief, strong belief. Your beliefs should change if there is a evidence, if there is a experience. You can't say, no. I'm not ready to view this particular experience. This is wrong only. This is my belief that, okay, no. It's a sign of of course, not only emotional intelligence, this is a sign of a fool actually, right? So be aware. That is, what is that strong beliefs and the biases you are having? It is human to have beliefs and the biases, right? Means I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any belief or any bias. No, but are you having the strong beliefs, right? with what confidence, or with what say uh, with what evidence you have that strong belief? Just because you have read it somewhere, just because of you have seen it from your filtered experience and the mind and eyes, just because your parents have told, or your teachers have told, right? So you should be wise enough to basically see that is okay. Is this the reality? Right? So you be the person who don't know. If you don't know, then you will not have the strong belief and strong biases. If you think you know, then there is a high possibility that you will have strong belief and strong biases, right? And one of the fantastic technique of increase your empathy is to first be vulnerable. Go and tell people that is okay. I am not good at this. Of course, I'm not asking you to give some secrets to the people who they can use it against you. No, no, no. So of course, means most of you must have read Chanakya and all that. So you understand the common sense, right? Within that particular wisdom, right? How to become vulnerable, how to become authentic. Again, means I think I am repeating this statement, but I want to repeat it purposely. People like people who makes mistakes. People like people who make mistakes. This is the human mind. People do not like perfect people. People do not like people who are always right. But many times, what is our tendency? I want to be always right. I want to be perfect, right? That is not what people like, right? I'm not saying you become a people pleaser. I'm saying you become a wise. Because in that particular quest of perfection, in that particular quest of always be right, you are creating unnecessary tremendous stress in your life. It is killing your body and mind. Not necessary, not necessary. And not only it is hurting you, it is hurting your relations also. So it's a fool who will basically go after the things which are harming himself as well as which are harming his or her relations with the society, right? So be vulnerable. Tell people, okay, I'm not good at this, but that doesn't mean that you are bad. You are not good at this, but you are good in so many points. But on this particular aspect, I'm not good. Fantastic. So this is what you should be. So authenticity is a key in becoming empathetic and to enhance your social skill. Authenticity is a key, because when you are not authentic, people already know it. You don't know that people know it. When you fake anything, when you exaggerate anything, believe me when I say this, people know it. But they will never show you that know it. They'll say, oh my God, what? Oh, such a success. Oh, fantastic. Congrats. Fantastic. You are great. As soon as you go away, fake. Again, I am not saying that is you should not express your achievements and all that. Of course, but be authentic, right? If there is 100, tell 99. Do not tell 101. This again, I am telling you from the perspective of the social skills. I'm telling you from the perspective of empathy, because empathy is coming under your social awareness and social skills, right? So tell 99, but tell that, right? So I am favoring you telling people, right? I'm not at all telling you do, but never exaggerate anything. Because once you exaggerate, means, for example, you tell 100, 101, people will talk about only that exaggerated 1 point. They will not talk about that 100, right? They will say, okay, this particular person is fake because this particular thing is excess. Are Baba, but this 101, only 1 point is excess. There is a reality in 100. They will not talk about that, right? So instead of that, talk 99. Tell slightly less, but tell it effectively. Tell your achievement, tell your plan, right? Tell your accomplishment to them, right? If there is 100, tell them 99. This is a trick. Again, all coming from experience, all coming from experience. I have gone through this because major part of my career was in marketing and business development. So I have experienced this. Whenever I have exaggerated anything, right? Temporarily, I thought that I'm benefiting, I'm convincing, I'm all that. But in long term, I have always lost, not at a personal level, I'm talking about at a professional level, on the organizational level, because you are overcommitting. So undercommit and give people more, right? So this is the right strategy, and this is the strategy which is related to the psychology of the people. Empathy comes with attention. That's it. The attention is the foundation of empathy. You be observant. You have attention for the sake of attention, right? Many times you have to do the things for the sake of the things. Simple. Principle. What is my principle? My principle is that when other person will talk to me, I will give attention to that particular person, not only the words, but the body language. And I will think about, okay, how this person might be feeling right now. I will not be 100% confident and sure about the feelings and emotions, but I will think, okay, so this is my process. What is my process? Number one, when someone is talking to me, I will, number one, of course, listen to the words and the content. I will also observe the body language, and I will also think what is the emotions and the feeling that person might be feeling. You are not sure, but you are just okay. You are just thinking about emotions and feelings. Why? Because as soon as you think, automatically you will see their expressions and the nuances of the emotions, which will give you more and more ideas. So attention is the foundation. So if you say, tell me the biggest point to enhance empathy, attention. All other points secondary. Attention is the number one point. The highest weightage point in enhancing your empathy is to just give attention. Just be mindful. Just be mindful to the moment. I think in my webinar on the group coaching or something, I saw one of my students, I think Gayatri, has put this particular Aristotle's or someone's three thoughts. So the person in front of me right now is the most important thing to me. The person in front of me is right now the most important. This particular moment, right, is the most important moment to me, and there was something else, right? So the idea is you be present, be mindful. That is okay. Right now, if I am discussing with this person, I am giving my not only attention, but I am giving all the importance to this person. So this is my principle. Okay, this person is good, bad is secondary. Whether I'm liking that person or not liking that person is secondary, right? If I am talking to that particular person as a principle, I am mindful. I am giving my full attention to that person. I am being mindful of that particular present moment. Is the principle what you have to have, right? Means you should not do the things only for result of the benefit. You should do the things because you want to do like it, because you want to live the life like that. Not necessarily you want to become rich or famous or something. Of course, means in your agenda, there can be some pointers related to the money, related to the fame, blah, blah, blah. But should all the pointers must give you some benefit? Can you not do the things just because you think that, okay, that should be the way of life? This is what the mindfulness at all. Forget about the benefits. Forget about all the benefits of the being mindful and all that and all that. Okay, there are extraordinary benefits. But can you not think, okay, being mindful, I think makes sense. Whether I get the benefit or not, okay, means let me follow this mindfulness as a way of life. Why? Because many times when you do not attach the benefit to your action, two things happen. Number one, you get that thing. There is a logic and experience behind my statement. The thing which you run after goes farther to you. The thing which you run after goes farther to you. And when you stop running after, it starts chasing you. Fact of life. Because when you are so much result focused, automatically your focus on process goes down, because mind can focus only one thing at a time, result or process. Once your all attention goes to the result or the benefit, you lose track of the process, and this is the problem. Once you become mindful for some benefit, your mindfulness suffers. Why? Because your focus is on the benefit, not on the process of being mindful. So be mindful just for the sake, just follow the process. Many times you are so enthused in the benefit. What vibes you give, you don't know. You give the vibes which are contrary to your goal. You want to achieve it, but that so much of the result orientation, right, is actually detrimental to you. So, and means, of course, it is from the part of the empathy also, because when you are too much result and goal focus, right, many times you tend to be less empathetic. Many times you tend to be less empathetic. It has happened with me. It has happened with me. Why? Because the goal is result only, na. Goal is not people, na. Goal is only result. Goal is not process, na. Anyhow, I have to get the result. This is the problem with the result. Again, I am not advocating you should not focus on the result. You must have the 100% clarity on the result. That is, okay, I want to achieve this. And then you should have a strategy to achieve the result. You should have the process to achieve the result. Once you have the strategy and process, just focus on the strategy and the process. Don't focus on the result is what I'm talking. Be mindful of the process is what I'm talking about. Automatically, you defocusing on the result and you focusing on the process and you focusing and you becoming the mindful will increase your empathy level. The behavioral and the conversational intelligence are core to empathy. Behavioral intelligence, I have already given you examples. Conversational intelligence, I will give you one very simple example. You will find many, or you can give me many. You can give me many. Okay, I think I had created that question also in the EI test, I think. Okay. How it happens when we are listening to anyone, and when we are intensely listening to anyone, automatically it plays in our mind like a movie. We see the pictures and we see the story in our mind. And if the story that other person is telling resonates with our life experience, we immediately start telling our story. Oh, wait, Acha, okay, this is same thing happened to me. Okay. This is anti, okay, not anti-conversational, this is conversational foolishness. Do not put your finger into their story. When they are telling you something, your job, your duty, the process what you have to follow is to only listen and understand their story and respond to their story, right? Appreciate to their story, ask them the questions on the story. So that your focus is on their story. Who is telling the story? They are telling the story. Just because they have told you the story and because of that some memory has clicked in your mind, you should not interrupt that person and start telling your story. And believe me, most of the people do this unconsciously, not consciously. Means it is not to disrespect the other person. So So unconsciously, why? Because your brain is now having a chemical reaction wherein that chemicals are telling you some happy memory, some sad memory, or some excitement, and because of that you are telling. Means it is not intentional, it is the process of the limbic system. Because when you are telling something which I am resonating, I go back to that particular memories, the chemicals flow in my brain and the body, and then I express myself. It's a natural process. I'm not saying it is non-natural, but is it conversationally intelligent? Absolutely not. Right? Why? Because you are not listening and appreciating that person's story. Okay, when you are initiating the conversation, or after completion of that person's story and everything, lessons and all that, summarizations and all that, if you want to add your story later with a pause after that story, all right. But you should not interrupt that person and start your story. Acha, acha, this thing happened with me also. Or my uncle is also like that. But Baba, he is talking about his uncle. Why you are bringing your uncle in the story? Right. So this is against the social skills, against the empathy. Inadvertently, you are hurting that particular person. I was telling my story, but now he has taken away that particular impact from me, because now he is now telling his story or her story. So in social settings, in empathy, as well as in social skills, conversational intelligence plays a very major role. Behavioral and conversational intelligence. So if you ask me, top 3 pointers to enhance your empathy, the first pointer is attention. Second pointer is behavioral intelligence. And third pointer is conversational intelligence. Right? Control when you have to express and when you don't have to express. This is called as wisdom. The wisdom, knowledge is what to do, how to do. Wisdom is not only how to do, what to do, but when to do and when not to do. So I'm talking about when not to talk is a part of the conversational intelligence.